Aquarius, welcome to your May Soul session. I am Marlo. If you're new and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. So, we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys' cards. The first card that we have out is the Hermit in the reverse. So, coming out of April and into May, my friend, there may be a tad bit of let me just give it to you straight, Aquarius. There may be a tad bit of prolonged self-reflection. There may also be reflection in reference to feeling as if you're consistently repeating past mistakes. So it's more or less, I feel, a sense of soul searching or a sense of regret in reference to decisions that have been made in the past. I also feel that you guys may be taking a lot of time away from your friend groups or, family, or really socializing. And I have to say it just because I'm picking up on it. For some of you, this could be self-imposed, but for others of you, this kind of feels like something that was brought on maybe by this eclipse season that we're in. And what it is that I'm hearing specifically is almost as if maybe you watched a full moon video or an eclipse video or a tarot reading or something along those lines. And you heard something in reference to needing to self-reflect, or God forbid, if you watched any of my readings and you heard about this crossroads and, just kind of like the energies that are happening for us etherically at present. And I feel that there was more or less this thought of needing to go within and kind of pull yourself apart and dig deeper and try to figure out where you may be messing up or what mistakes you made. So for one group of you, I feel that it's self-imposed. For another group of you, it feels like something that you got externally. But whatever the case, with this being in the reverse, and I can tell you etherically with what's happening, there's not really so much of a worry right now, just because of the energy that we're in of needing to do like deep dive shadow work, write out, your journal and timelines and things of the sort. You can do those things if you feel compelled to do so. But I feel the place that this is coming from is more of a fear-based kind of place. And the energy that we're in now is beautiful, sort of. I mean, what we're experiencing isn't, but what spirit is doing behind it is beautiful, because the whole premise of this is just kind of being aware of what the issues are and offering it up to spirit and allowing spirit to guide us. So I feel that this self-reflection you guys are coming into the month of May with is more of a forceful self-reflection, when it should be more of a beingness and an easy type of self-reflection. So this comes into our Magician card, which is saying to me that you guys are empowered, and it's more or less your energy should be focused on more of the lighter side of things. So more like optimistic, more positive things, things that are more empowering. Even if you're using the time of this retrograde to kind of create a plan or a strategy for what it is that you guys plan to execute, because you do have the energy of the Magician in support of you. So my best advice to you just coming into this reading is more or less to make a shift, as opposed to entering into this energy from a perfectionist kind of spirit, trying to get it right, like trying to make sure you don't mess up. Focus more on where it is that you guys are headed or want to be. My nails are not working with me. The next card that we have is the Four of Wands. Then we have in the reverse, I'm sorry, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, good old destiny. All right, that's what I'm talking about. So Aquarius, you guys are falling into this same energetic pattern that I am seeing with everyone. From the 1st to the 15th, there is this liaison phase that everyone in the collective has been in. And it's almost as if it's like an ultimate is not, if you will. So things that you guys are calling in, or things, like I said, you guys are diving deep, trying to get clarity on. Oh my gosh. And with the freaking Six of Pentacles in the reverse being underneath that, child, Aquarius, I love this. Y'all are in the whole enthralled with the things. So the cycle that we've been in, I feel like I feel, well, I cannot talk. It's Mercury retrograde. Don't judge me. I'm saying I feel like I've been saying this, but I've literally said this in every single soul session that I have done up to this point. So the cycle that we're coming out of that started in 2016, it was a karmic cycle in which there was a whole lot of a lack of reciprocity that was happening of what we're seeing in the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. It's almost like the time, energy, effort that you put into your job, to your relationships, to your friendships, there wasn't like an equal give and take. It's like everyone in the collective pretty much felt like they were pouring so much into so many things, but you weren't really seeing your ROI or your return on your investment, if you will. So 9 times out of 10, my wonderful Aquarius, why it is that you guys are in this energy where you're kind of in solitude, and you're diving deep, you're meditating, you're self-reflecting, you're trying to figure out what it is that you guys keep doing, quote unquote, wrong, like the issues or behaviors that you keep repeating that continuously get you in situations where there's a lack thereof of reciprocity. And why it is I was saying with this magician of in the law, I cannot talk, y'all. Every time Mercury retrograde comes, I'm a Gemini rising. My mouth is just a shit show. So excuse me. But anywho, but like I was saying with this magician of focusing more on where it is you're headed is because what you guys have experienced for the last 7 years is bigger than you, right? It's a karmic cycle that the entire collective has been in, right? So the purpose of it was this lack of reciprocity, for you to realize your personal self-worth and value, what you want, what you don't want, what your limitations are, what your deal breakers are, and what it is that you're not willing to put up with going into this new cycle. So why it's so important for you guys to focus on where you're headed future tense and stepping into your full power is because with the Wheel of Fortune coming in, fate is a shifting, right? Everyone in the collective for the last 7 years has literally been in this energy. We have been at the bottom of the wheel, as they said in medieval times. We had no kingdom, right? But now it's time for us to reign. So it's more or less this energy of the first will be last and the last will be first, you know? So it's more or less, and I've said this with other people as well, the thing that's important is for us to get on one accord with spirit, right? And our hermit mode in the reverse, we are not in alignment with spirit because it's imbalanced. It's too much. So it's almost like the imbalance that you guys experience with other people, right? It's more or less internalizing that and you reflecting this imbalance that you've experienced. And that's why I say that's not the purpose of this time. Like leading up into this eclipse, the purpose is for us to just be, for us to step into our feminine energy, right? To manifest the power from the within to the without. And that's how we meet spirit halfway, right? The spirit is not in us doing like an intellectual deep dive on childhood trauma and past life trauma and all this other kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I also see with this Four of Wands in the reverse, it's almost projecting these fears into the foreseeable future. So this is the instability with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. And it's almost, you know, you guys doing this work because you're fearing, right? that this is going to be consistent. And I've literally been telling everyone too, sorry if you watched all the soul sessions and I'm being repetitive, but I've literally been telling everyone that what it is that we've known to be life up to this point, or how things have been, if there's been a lack of reciprocity or, you know, instability, things of the sort, you know what I'm saying? It's important for us to combat this energy with magician energy, for us to, and being radically positive and not like toxic positivity, but literally allowing yourself to humor yourself, if you will, of what it is that you would like to see differently in your life. Now, another message that I'm getting in reference to this, and even looking at this Ace of Cups that's falling beneath this Four of Wands in the reverse, for some of you Aquarius, this is, and there's not really any, well, I mean, there's definitely not any cards here that even say this. Is just what I'm picking up intuitively, but I feel for some of you guys, y'all may be moving, you know what I'm saying? Like moving out of, and I said this with someone else, I can't remember what sign it was, but I was saying something along the lines of there being some people who are living with their parents, and this may be them moving out for the first time. Or you guys already have it set up to move. Maybe you got a job somewhere else, or you're just moving apartments or what have you. You're moving to a different city, whatever the case. And this could be the reason why you guys are in this self-reflective state, because you're starting this new journey in your life that's still you projecting the negative into the future, by the way. And I've said this so many times this week, dude, but it's you guys trying to fix something that isn't broken. And there's a need for all of us, because it's almost like spirit is trying to show us that spirit has our back, right? And there's a need for us to take a step back and allow spirit to be spirit when we've done everything it is that we could possibly do. But I feel that there's some type of shift. It's a move. I mean, some of y'all, it might be a divorce. If I were to look at this for of wands in the reverse, it could be you guys starting your life over after you divorce. You could be moving, new job, whatever the case. And it's trying to fix what it is that you guys feel out of alignment with within yourself to prevent repeating this mistake in the future. But I'm telling you, that's not an issue. Like literally this magician here in this wheel of fortune being here, it's saying that you guys are standing in your full power and you're aligning with your destined path. And the signifier of that, which I promise you is going to come after the 15th of May, and somewhere between the 15th of May and the 6th of June, it's an opportunity that's very much in alignment with you, that's extremely emotionally fulfilling, that's headed in you guys' direction, And it's interesting that all of my soul sessions are legit saying the same thing over and over again. And I mean, I know not all of y'all watch All Signs, but I feel like I have to repeatedly drive this message home, because just the simple fact of all the signs that I've done, like we're literally at the tail end, Aquarius. Like we have Pisces and we have Aries after you guys. And I've literally been saying the same thing with every single sign. But I have to drive it home for you guys, like I've done for everyone before you, of this energy that we're in. It's a very different space energetically that the collective has been in. And for all of this time leading up till now, there's been this exertion of work that everyone has felt like they've had to do. And I'm telling you guys, and even though it sounds maybe counterintuitive, the key to your success is you taking a full step back and allowing, because we're just in a giant is not. You're not going to repeat the mistakes of the past, because you gained the wisdom from your past. Like you lived this, you went through this, that, to not, I don't know, give your debit card number out. I'm just throwing out random stuff here, but not to trust everybody, not to jump head first into relationships, like, what your deal breakers are. But I feel what this is really saying to my Aquarius people is that there's a need for you guys to trust yourself. But there's also reassurance that what you guys are hoping for is coming. What you guys are looking forward to is coming, right? You guys aligning with the right people, your destined path, your purpose, meaning, whatever it is for you individually, you guys are headed in the direction of that. And the only thing that you have to do is sit back, relax, and allow it, right? And to focus on the positive, as opposed to to prevent trying to repeat the past in the future, because you're not going to do that. You're too wise to do that. You know what I'm saying? So at the bottom of you guys that come on with it, that is that freaking moving energy that I was feeling. We have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. And of course, that's Cancerian energy. I forgot to say that's Virgo energy. This is Aries energy, and this is Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo energy. That's what I was feeling as far as this movement. So you guys have the Chariot. Of course, the Chariot is talking about taking action, it shifts, it changes, it's forward movement, it's success. In the more ethereal sense, it's the soul / heart, right? and mastering your mind and allowing your heart or your soul, your higher self, if you want to call it that, to lead, and for your mind to be in service to that. It's being on one accord with yourself. So it's your yin and yang, or your masculine and your feminine, or your heart and your mind being on one accord to move forward. So that's all that we're talking about here, my wonderful Aquarius. The only thing that is off kilter, even looking at the Six of Pentacles in the reverse and this Hermit in the reverse, it's almost like you, like everyone else in the collective, have internalized the energy from this past cycle. So we, in a lot of ways, have inadvertently become what it is that we've been through. And that's what causes this imbalance, right? So this whole message is letting you guys know that you've done all that you can do. You don't need to do the whole stripping yourself apart. Stop fearing that you're going to repeat the past mistakes, because you'd actually inadvertently manifest that into the future. You know what I'm saying? Because of there being a fear. And I can't remember what reading I said this in this week, but I was literally talking about, in life, we all, we fall into fear from time to time. If we experience something in the past that was less than stellar, of course, we do not want to experience that again. But we can become obsessed with it to a point where our entire lives no longer become about living or planning for the future or daydreaming about the future, visualizing the future. We end up becoming consumed with our fears, the mistakes that we've made, the heartbreaks that we've experienced, and we vow to ourselves that we never want to experience that again. So we end up making our present moment about like a tower in the reverse kind of energy, where we're trying to avoid disaster. And with us trying to use the present to avoid potential future disasters, that's how we self-sabotage and inadvertently create them. Because what is our life about? What is our energy consumed with? With you being a creator and a manifester, right? As all humans are, it's like, what are you manifesting into your experience? The disaster that you're spending so much time, energy, and effort that you're attempting to avoid, that may never happen. And the only reason why it does happen is because so much of your energy is feeding into it, right? So with this Chariot, this is talking about you guys moving forward into success, into victory, in alignment with yourself, and to relinquish these fears of repeating past mistakes, leaving that in this old cycle, and giving yourself the gift of freedom and liberation, my friend. So, my beautiful Aquarius, that has been your May Soul session. I'm going over to my network, VIMEO, Patreon, all the places to do you guys extended. So if you're about that life, follow me on over there. But if not, I still love your freaking face. And I'll see you guys sooner than later, my friends.